why is there sand everywhere? Hey, Brett!
Who is it?
Brett!
Who is it?
It's Blade! Are you ready to do the show?
Oh, shit. Yeah, here, come on in.
What the hell is going on here? What's with all the sawhorses and shit?
I'm building the tiki bar.
Brett, this is a bedroom.
So?
I don't even drink.
You don't like a tiki bar? Here, have a daiquiri. It's virgin.
You made me a virgin daiquiri?
I did.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, I support this. All right. So we're building a tiki bar. We do got to do a podcast, though.
Hey, Blade.
Hey. I got it.
How you? How's the week been?
Can you tell me something?
Yeah, maybe.
You live in Southern California.
I sure do.
Why do we need a tiki bar? Like, you already live by the beach.
Yeah, but I'm just getting ready for what's coming.
For what's coming?
Yeah, the Gestapo.
Right.
In case I'm not legally allowed, out on the beach anymore.
Right.
Because Nazis.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nazis. No, that makes sense. So wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling?
Yeah, wrestling. That's why we're here. What have you been digging for the week? What's been catching your attention?
Well, it was kind of, I wouldn't want to do it every week or anything, but I did like the breaking up Collision into 2 parts because it was like watching Rampage 2 nights in a row.
You liked it? I don't know if I loved it.
I'm just saying that hour flew by both nights.
It did. That's why I think I felt like I didn't have time to get into it. I was also doing other shit, all weekend.
Well,
so
yes, as I recall, you started reading an article while it was on, and then it was over before you finished reading the article. And
because I'm in this weird frame of mind where I'm trying to go about living life as normal and enjoying all the things. But then, I'm worried that the government's going to try to kill me soon. So
it's the Nazis again. Yeah.
It's a possibility, right?
I mean, look, I understand.
You know what was fun though?
Yes.
Was that little spot with Chris Jericho and that little fan.
Yeah. Oh my God. So if you're listening to this, you got to go to AEW social media and watch this, because as Chris Jericho's leaving the ring, this girl who couldn't be older than 6 or 7?
Probably.
Gives him the finger.
She was a little ham.
Oh, she was intense. I think she must have been somebody's kid.
Children are the future.
So she flips him off, and he's like, "Oh, you think you're gonna do that to me, kid? Well, you don't got abs like these." And then she pulls up her shirt, and she does have abs, like this 6 or 7-year-old with abs.
Where'd you get those? It's working out, unlike you.
Yeah. And then Jericho goes, "This kid's on the gas." Oh, that was good shit.
Good. That was so good.
They were both very funny. The kid was unbelievable.
I've seen some of the on YouTube, some of the highlight videos people make where it's best kid interactions with wrestlers. I love when wrestlers do that for the kids, because it's you get to, they stay in character and do their whole shtick or anything, but that kid's probably gonna remember that forever,
Yeah.
I got to yell and scream at Big Buff Chris Jericho when I was a kid, it's just I love that.
And Jericho played right into it. He did a great job, honestly, just help, kind of letting that kid go nuts and just having fun.
Yeah.
Because the kid cracked him, actually, when she said, from working out, unlike you, he kind of laughed a little bit.
And then Big Bill after, you really got her. You really
burn, sick burn. You really burned her good.
You know what else I've been loving lately,
What's
though,
that?
is I
What's that?
feel like they've gotten back to kind of where they were, like, what was it? Maybe like end of summer, early fall, when Collision was like basically the show where you just get like the most banger multi-man match like
Mm-hmm.
of the
Mm-hmm.
week. And
Yep.
I love that they seem to be doing that again, like lots
Mm-hmm.
of six-man tags, you know. It's those matches for me. AEW does them better than anyone. Like
Well,
there's just no stop in the action. Like I remember when I was at Dynamite a few weeks ago in San Diego and they had FTR um, going against FTR and someone else going against Danny Garcia and whatever. And just that part where Danny, like everyone's brawling outside and everything, and there's like a split second where you just see Danny Garcia fly across the fucking screen
mm-hmm.
and like front drop kick someone into the barricade.
Yep.
Like it feels like it almost feels like a war scene and like a Marvel movie almost, where it's
Yeah.
just flying all over the place. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I love it. I hope they keep doing them. I really do.
Well, and one thing that Tony doesn't necessarily get a lot of credit for, but he should, is in wrestling, you need multi-person matches because you want to get people on the show. You want them. But under the Vince McMahon era, if you had a 6-man match, it was basically garbage. It was just,
Oh yeah.
it was the most missable thing. There was no stakes. It was literally just like, we need something to happen. Get 6 people out there. And so Tony Khan brought back the meaningful 6-person tag team match where it's like, no, this is going to be a banger and shit is going to happen. Last night on Collision, as we taped this, there was Top Flight and AR Fox versus the Death Riders, who defended the trios titles. Fun. Remember those?
Oh
belts?
Man, that spot where the Death Riders were all just like in a carousel, hitting them in the corner, like,
oh Jesus Christ. Also, AR Fox, I've been shouting him out on every appearance I've made lately.
You've been very vocal for Fox lately.
That guy is just like, man, and I think he just missed his window, kind of, or there's some other backstage reason why he's not a bigger deal, because he is so great. He's always pioneering a move. Like, so Pac is laying on his back on the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring, as JR would say, the hardest part of the ring. And Fox runs, flips over the top rope, and lands standing on top of Pac. Like, I've never seen that before.
No.
And
my favorite, I mean, him and Swerve or Shot, whatever. Yeah. That's my favorite Lucha Underground match. That
absolutely, yeah.
Like everything Swerve did with Hangman. Like, I think I've said it before on the show. I'm not sure, but that match is like, I think that was like the first glimpse you saw of like how Swerve could like tell a story through that like extreme violence and everything. It wasn't just violence for the sake of violence. Yep. It had purpose behind it, and they were still telling a story throughout the match. And I think, that match that he had with Fox back in Lucha Underground was where that really started, because Jesus, if you haven't seen it, go find. I mean, it's on YouTube. Go watch it. It's one of the best matches. It's so good. It's so good. If you want to see Swerve in the early days.
Yeah, Kill Shot and Dante Fox.
I miss Lucha Underground, don't you?
I do. I saw a rumor that WWE had bought the tape library, which kind of bums me out. I really wanted TK to try and bring that in. But I've heard that the rumor is that WWE bought it and wants to bring it back. I just don't trust WWE doing it. But you can see with this influx of luchadors they've just gained, that I could see the reason why they'd want to do it. But I don't trust them with anything multicultural at all.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Triple H will be out there in brown face faster than you can say.
Oh my God. I knew where you were going like halfway through the sentence, and I was like, here, yep, all right. No, it's true though. It's true. The guy did straight up blackface. Give me a fucking break.
Anyway.
Lots of good stuff this week, though. Dynamite was all bangers. It was like, I love when they have those like, hey, we had to throw this card together today nights, just once in a while.
Well, yeah, because what happened? They had like travel problems the other night.
In Omaha, there was just like a very sudden snowstorm. It had been warm the day before, and then they have this massive snowstorm. Nobody can get around. The crowd still showed up for the show, but the wrestlers can't get into town. Moxley drove 11 hours to get there, because he was so excited to get suplexed on the fucking spike. By the way, folks, never have me be the one who explains how a spot works. And then, because I will be tagged, and it's gonna be ugly for me. So, if you care about me, don't have me explain it. But then the next day, apparently it was warm. So like, it was just like a flash snowstorm. Thankfully, climate change isn't real. So we don't,
Oh, I think I heard a knock at the door.
Yeah. What is
that? Means one of two things. The pizza's here, or it's our guest.
Ooh. Maybe the guest brought pizza?
We'll be right back.
Are you tired of woke lamestream media? Are you looking for real, hard-hitting conversation? The Chad Brogan Show.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying. People don't understand the nuance. They're not so bad. I mean, we have socialists in their name.
Yeah, dude. Like, what even is good and evil when you really think about it? Unfiltered, unhinged, uncensored. No idea is too dangerous. No guest is off limits. I'm just asking questions, brother. Hey, you want some ketamine?
Ooh, wunderbar.
The Chad Brogan Show.
Hello, everyone. We are back, and we are here today to talk about my favorite wrestler and the story he's had going, the Death Riders. We're here with Tino. Tino, say hello. Tell everybody what you do, who you are.
Hey, I'm Tino. I play in a band called Pancho via Skull. I am a fan of AEW wrestling, and I believe we're going to talk about it a little bit today. I'm pretty simple.
We sure are. So I asked you to come on today because the other day I put out a call to see if there was anyone who had thoughts about the Death Rider story going on right now, because I'm enjoying it, but it sounds like a lot of people aren't. So I don't know. I just wanted to talk to someone about it.
Yeah.
So let's talk.
I'm also.
What are your thoughts? Give me some thoughts about this. I'm sorry. What was that, Blade?
I also am here.
Okay.
So what were you saying, Tino?
I know that you're a Mox girly, and I'm so sorry. I mean, Mox is cool. I have all respect for Jon Moxley, driving 11 hours through the snow to get stabbed in the back. Love the dedication. I just wish the story was better. Or at least there was something going on. I just feel like we're spinning our wheels on the Death Riders thing right now.
A little, yeah. I kind of feel a little bit with that. I wonder. So the most comparable thing I think, like more recently, would probably be like the Bloodline, right? You know, it's kind of the same thing. Schmoz finishes, crew comes in, beats. I mean, it's every big faction, like heel story or whatever. And so I went back a little bit because I hear that that's everyone's complaint, is that it just feels like it's every finish is a DQ. It does no story, like, you know. But I think if looking back at like a lot of pro wrestling that I've watched, you know, I went back and watched a lot of some of the NWO stuff, like going and looking back at like, you know, even stuff they were doing in the Attitude Era. Like, this is not an uncommon thing for there to be like a month or two or whatever of just kind of, you know, giving the crew time to get that kind of legacy about them, or that kind of like attitude about them. And I wonder if Do we maybe people just aren't giving watching pro wrestling the same as we used to?
I mean, maybe because I feel like when the Death Rider started, I was like, oh, this is the AEW's NWO storyline. And like it was like AEW versus the Death Riders. And then we kind of fell off that path a little bit where they started doing more like individual feuds instead of feuding with like the whole company. But I don't know, maybe.
No, I agree with you, Tino. I think that the way the Death Riders started was super compelling. I was in the building when they turned
The
on.
story's deviated a bit, doesn't it?
It changed. The focus of the story changed, and it feels like, it started really at All In, right? Or All Out, sorry. And then they killed Danielson at Wrestle Dream. And I was in the building that night. It was fucking dark.
They committed a murder, and you just let it happen, Blade. You just let that happen.
Okay. I mean, I'll take it. That's my responsibility. I did try to alert the police, and they said something like, shut up, Mark, and then they hung up. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
my name's not even Mark.
That just made me think, about Danielson. My like rallying cry for not like losing my mind during all the bullshit happening in our country right now has just been Danielson saying, "I will not go gently into that good night."
yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
like, he did.
He didn't go gently though.
He didn't go gently.
He went to that good night.
He went violently to that good night.
But he did not go quietly, and so neither shall my ass.
So the stuff they started with Wheeler, there was all this symbolism, Marina with the briefcase, the key that she was wearing around her neck, there was all this stuff.
They also alluded that to maybe they were working for somebody.
Yes.
And that just got pivoted.
Yes. And then they just stopped talking about that. And it became all about just egos. And Moxley's kind of, talking in Eddie Kingstonese, right? And it's like, is Eddie coming back? Is Eddie going to feud with them? Is Eddie going to be with them? Whatever. And then Eddie didn't come back. Whoever they might have been working for isn't around, and they've never shown up. It was obviously tied to something they were going to do with the Bucks and Jack Perry. Nothing has happened with that. Like, where the fuck are the Bucks?
Do you think Darby going on a mountain messed some things up too?
I don't know. But if it revolved around Darby, sorry, like Darby left. So you can't, there's every booker has bad habits. Okay. And Tony Khan's bad habit sometimes is like not deviating from a plan when you need to. And if your plan was Darby, waiting for him to come back from fucking Mount Everest is a dumbass idea. Okay. That's just a dumb idea. Like, the fans aren't buying this. Now, I will say, I agree with you, Brett. I think they pivoted and they did a better job. Because, Copeland himself said to the media, I actually didn't understand the story super well. And
that's what I like. I like, okay, so here's, I think what I might be thinking is, I wonder if people are just trying to read too deep into it. Because I feel like maybe because it started out so strong with those vignettes, with Mox, basically looked like a David Fincher movie, Yeah. And so I wonder if we expected it to just keep going deeper into the story than that, rather than thinking of it as okay, that was a cool way to set up this faction. And now it's back to a pro wrestling show every week. You know what I mean?
Brett, something's occurring to me right now. Are you just struggling with the fact that Mox may have done something imperfectly?
Moving on.
Yeah, he was giving some really vague vignettes when they first started. He was quoting scripture and stuff. I was like, what is Mox on about? I was like,
well, that was, I think that's why I've maybe been enjoying this storyline so much, is because so much of it parallels with what's going on. In our country right now, you have this authoritarian takeover trying to return things back to the good old days and
Right.
all of that, and it's like rule
Oh.
through force rather than through fun or joy.
Brett, you
And
might have just opened my eyes to something.
what's that?
You might, well, because like he's supposed to be like the big top guy, but when is the last time he won clean?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and it's like so he like the Death Riders, Moxley, he preaches all these ideals of what he thinks pro wrestling should be. He wants that real combat and whatnot, and like back to the traditions. But he's not doing that himself.
No.
Right.
It's kind of it's that rules for thee but not for me kind of thing that we're seeing play out like in our country right now.
Yeah.
And I think especially in the beginning, Moxley was doing such a great job of using that kind of language that like an authoritarian would use to like radicalize you and everything. And we had those scenes of them, with Yuta basically looking like he's kidnapped or whatever and stuff like that. And that's what bums me out. I'll admit. I wanted them to go a lot further with that, with the Yuta's radicalization. But again, it brings me back to, do we just are we expecting too much out of pro wrestling these days? Like, are we expecting too much deep cinematic storytelling?
Maybe, but it's also super hard when, we just got Mariah and Tony, which is like the best cinematic story. And then we have the Death Rider. So it's like, maybe we're just putting it on. We've leveled up maybe. And that's just, we can't.
Well, I think Tino has a point there, which is they set it up for us to expect that, I think. And it's like, I think with Tony Khan, sometimes he jumps the gun a little bit where he like set something in motion before he knows for sure he can do the thing he's trying to do. And then he just tries it. Then it kind of has to change, right? It used to happen a lot more often, like especially like 2022 post All Out, like a lot of that was happening. 2023 as well. And then 2024, it really was like, felt like it does right now, where it felt like everything has a plan. Things are really going according to plan. So when this started, I was like already kind of in that zone, right? And so I just assumed they wouldn't start this like, hey, AEW sucks and we have to save it kind of company-wide story without knowing exactly where it was going. And it feels like they kind of didn't know exactly where it was going or where it was supposed to go changed. And that's what it feels like to me.
It feels like a big pivot.
Yeah.
It feels like somebody got hurt or something happened and they had to pivot,
Well, you remember it was, was it, when did Darby crash the fucking car? Like what was that again?
That was the end of Full Gear.
End of Full Gear. And so that was like, to me, like, oh yeah, this is the next dude. Like, he had that match earlier with Moxley where Mox just, basically big brothered him the whole time and everything. So, that's a setup for Darby to get that win, down the line. And everything was just Darby, like everything pointing to Darby. Like even when they were having other challengers, like everything still kept coming back to Darby. And then, now he's just gone.
Yeah. Wait, was it the end of Wrestle Dream where like, it's like it's him and OC and like the camera like focuses on them?
Well, and then OC kind of goes through this identity shift where he's like darker and he's, he looks like, a leg of the resistance, like he's almost like radicalizing himself in a different direction, which is like in opposition. But then he loses a couple matches and now he's just back to being OC and he's not even connected to this anymore.
His color scheme has changed a little bit though.
It's slightly lighter, I guess.
It's blue.
Yes, it's light blue. But like, it's just,
I'm just happy Jane's back.
Yeah, and it's like, look,
I'm a Pixies fan, so I'm a little bummed.
I like the Pixies.
I like the Pixies
I like the Pixies too. I like both songs. It's a good problem to have when you have two banger entrance songs, and
that's true.
You pick one over the other, But like, Yeah, I just think a lot changed over the course of this angle. Like, think about this. What's Moxley's moniker now? The One True King?
Yeah.
The Mad King? He's using the Egos verbiage, which was Eddie Kingston's verbiage for a long time. Like, oh, this place.
Well, Eddie's been posting some shit. That's
I know.
Like some cryptic stuff. But he always posts that cryptic shit. But like, it sounds like he's gearing up to come back.
Are you shaking a like hypodermic needle at us?
Oh yeah, I tried to take my shot earlier, and it was just sitting there on the table. I had to take my.
I was like, "Are we about to see
estrogen.
Brett do drugs?"
Yeah, no, like I was like,
no, I didn't even realize. No, sorry, that was.
It's an audio only podcast.
Just estrogen, y'all. Please don't arrest me, Tom Holman.
Yeah, no, Brett was literally shaking an estrogen.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Donald? You piece of shit! I just shot up with estrogen.
Shaking an estrogen needle at us like it was a pencil or something.
I have ADHD. I need to do things with my hands.
I understand. I'm like fucking with the cable to my headphones right now. So, stop talking that close to the mic, by the way. I have to mix this shit.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
So Tino, like what?
I'm sorry.
What did you?
I'm sorry.
What did you expect out of this in the beginning? Like, I think, what did you think they were alluding to?
I thought they were going to allude to like some sort of all-out war between the roster and then the Death Riders, because that's what it felt like when they were like getting into street fights in the back of the arena and stuff. Okay,
those were so much fun though. Jesus Christ, John Silver chasing the truck, like, come on, that was a fun little winter we had.
Right.
I'm glad they didn't, and that they don't seem to be going that way anymore, because for me it would have been too close to what WWE just did with Bloodline, like.
But who pays attention to WWE?
Faction
really?
war, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It just felt too. Like, I could see the Twitter geeks already being like, "Oh, they're just ripping off the Bloodline." I mean, people are already saying that stupid shit, So I'm almost glad that they're not doing that.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
I do think the parallel of Moxley and like Trump is pretty evident now, where he calls himself the One True King, but he's a coward. He kind of runs from real danger. He has this whole group of people who like go out to die for him instead of really making him face up to anything. Now they did remind.
And look how he treats Yuta too. When Yuta fucks up, he treats Yuta like a little, like degrades him, slaps him. Right. It's the same shit that.
And Yuta will follow blindly, even though it's against his best interests.
Right. Well, right. So there's a lot of overlap. And I would say that, I did like this week.
Looking at you, gays for Trump.
So they, this week did remind us that Moxley's a badass. And
that's true.
God.
When he takes the suplex onto Spike, which, by the way, if you want to hear a very inaccurate guess about how they did this spot, you can listen to my other podcast. But
did you find out how they did it, though?
What's that?
Did you find out how they really did it or no?
No, I did not. I guessed, and everybody proved me wrong very quickly. My
theory is that maybe a couple of them are not fake, but most of them are.
Well, there were people who clearly understand how a bed of nails really works, and I don't, or I never. Really
I didn't know that's how they worked either.
Yeah. So they kind of explained that to me and made me feel really dumb. And
we should probably explain it for the audience.
Isn't it like they're so close together? And
yes, it evenly distributes all of the weight. Yes. Yeah. So if there were fake ones, it would actually make the real ones probably penetrate him much deeper and kill him. So versus the way he landed on them, a few poked through because he landed at a certain angle, but it kept them from going deeper into his back. But my favorite spot is where Moxley sits up, the thing's stuck in his back, and the ref asks him, like, do you want to call it? And he goes, no. And he's like shaking his head, but like, what a badass. Like, he looked like such a fucking stud in that moment. Like,
which apparently nobody likes violence in wrestling anymore. I mean,
lots of people like violence in wrestling.
In my day, people liked violence in wrestling.
In my
day. But then they're going to watch Hell in a Cell with Mankind and Undertaker and be like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh my God. Or just like,
but then they fucking can't handle this. Like
an average game of football has head trauma galore. Like,
drives me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, go watch an MMA fight or a boxing match. Like, there's more blood in that than you'll ever see.
Yeah, like Jesus Christ.
And they're trying to hurt each other. Like, you know, like this is like cooperative. And I will say, look, if it's not your thing, I get it. And it was gross. Yeah. It was very gross. When Wheeler is trying to pull that thing out of there and the rest like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Get out of here. Yeah. Go to your spot. Yeah. And the ref immediately pulls it out. But like his back skin starts stretching with the thing. That was disgusting. And
I don't think it was supposed to get stuck like that.
No, I don't think it was either.
What's the worst thing you've ever had stabbed into you?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't.
Okay, Brett, no sexual answers.
I wasn't going there, you little freak.
Stabbed too many times, so maybe.
Like I got stabbed in the leg with a pencil once.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? I got stabbed with a pencil once too.
Wow.
I was playing around in school, and I thought I could hang from like the coat rack with a pencil, and the pencil broke and it like stabbed me in the face.
Oh my God.
Well,
it wasn't bad. I was fine.
Were you a dumb kid?
No, it's just like I was just over hyper. I didn't think the pencil would break. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was funny. I was trying to be funny. And
I mean, don't do it again.
I haven't. I was like,
that's good to hear.
So.
And Blade,
I know. I was just gonna be lame. I was gonna blame like I don't know, a tattoo needle on my wrist. Like that hurt.
I cut my finger with a knife really bad when I was 7, trying to carve one of those miniature pumpkins like a fucking moron. And
the kid in Bad Santa.
Basically, I felt like that kid. Basically, yeah, and had to go to the ER. It was stupid.
Oh.
That was the worst thing. I mean, but at least it's a fucking knife. What are you fucking weirdos stabbing yourselves with pencils?
My tooth also went through my lip one time.
I rolled over onto it.
You rolled over onto a pencil?
Yeah, because when I was young, I would draw on the floor. I wouldn't draw on the floor, but I would lay on the floor and like draw. And,
were you a dumb kid?
Yeah, sure was. Sure fucking was. Sure am. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know. Wrestling?
I don't know. Mox, Trump is a fascist.
Yeah.
Greatest hits we're doing here.
That's happening. But no, we were talking about Spike and how amazing that spot was.
It was so good.
So do you think the nails were real, or do you think they were like? I thought maybe they were like hard rubber.
So that was my thought as well, and I think
that's what I thought.
I think that like for instance, when Cope and Christian fought in that I Quit match with the Spike, I think those were rubber. But in this instance, they have to be all real and at the same kind of relative distance from each other so that it doesn't penetrate too far. Because if there was any of them that were rubber, that's what she said. The few, see, I knew you were going there. So the few that were rubber would actually cause the real ones to be more dangerous. So that's what I assume. That's what I gathered from the litany of criticism I received for my initial theory about this. You don't have
when
a
you're
podcast.
Wrong, you're wrong, Blade.
Yeah. No, and by the way, thanks for tagging me that I was wrong. Thanks for tagging me and then encouraging everyone else to tag me that I was wrong because
hey, it's all fun. It's all fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta
Yeah, sometimes you guys just
shoot on you.
all gotta shoot on Blade. Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
There you
But
go.
hey, Hikaru Shida liked your tweet the other day, so that's
That's
nice.
true. Hey,
Or
Blade's
Skeet or whatever we're calling it.
Blade's
hey,
famous.
Hikaru. Just saying.
So what do you want? What would you?
I like your
Tina,
Skeets,
what
too.
do you what do you want to see out of this storyline moving forward?
It just needs like some sort of more like something. I think what's happening now, I feel like if they do it right, Mox versus Swerve could be really cool. Because they're both insane. They're both insane.
Yeah.
They will both go to like the highest level. I feel like they're both like one of those types of wrestlers that are just like absolutely willing to die in that ring. And so this could be really cool coming up, and it could really add the seasoning that maybe this story needs. So I'm kind of on a wait and see thing.
Yeah, I think that's what we can do. I hope that, because I love the not parallel, but I love that since the story started, like we have seen like some of the things that they've wanted to accomplish as a group, like have started happening. You had Private Party win the tag team championships. OC stepped up for a while. Like you're seeing these ripples through the locker room of these people who maybe were on the underside of the card, like starting to fight for their spot, and it in kayfabe and everything.
Right.
Like Daniel Garcia is now a champion, which I don't think it's the best championship run, but
I think he should have beat. All I saw last night was
nonetheless.
Adam Cole. I think he should have beat Adam Cole clean. Side note.
That would be a huge help to him for sure as a champion.
He's growing though as a character, and his he's getting bigger reactions at shows.
Yes.
I'm noticing now. Like last night on Collision, they had a back and forth in the crowd. Like
They did.
Yeah.
No,
That is the only match I watched last night, by the way, and then I went to sleep.
I think Cole's bringing good things out of Daniel, but I'm a big Daniel Garcia fan. I believe in that guy, and I think that they haven't done him a lot of favors with this title reign. It's actually has nothing to do with anything he's done. It's just the way it's been booked. And I would say though that going back to what can they do here with the Death Riders, I think Cope really helped like recenter this. Also,
I think so too. I think Cope leading up to and after Revolution, things have definitely felt on track.
They felt stabilized is what I would say, but they cannot drop the Bucks connection. I still want to know what that's about. You cannot
shredding the papers.
Yeah, you can't drop that.
Yeah.
That was the last time we saw them, right? So you cannot drop that. They showed that those two were connected somehow. They dropped the fucking Elite Takeover AEW thing last year too. That was a major fail. Okay.
Well, that's what I think. I think that was maybe a pivot a bit. I think they started doing the whole AEW takeover idea with the Bucks.
Yeah.
But then they kind of were like, "Oh, we're gonna do the
Death
Mox
Riders."
one instead."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's like, but then it felt like there was another switch in there, like right before Revolution. You know what I mean?
And I hear people talk.
Felt maybe that's what the part of a problem has been, is it's felt like it's been like retweaked more than once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least like 3 times it feels like it's been tweaked.
Yeah.
It feels like not restarted or reset or anything, but just like the like where it's going and like the tone of it and stuff. It kind of has felt like 3 separate stories a little bit,
which is not good storytelling. That's unfortunately that's, I can understand like starting with something in mind, somebody gets hurt or somebody can't come back as soon as you thought. But unfortunately what it has felt like is Moxley is a completely different character than he was at the beginning of this story. Even though he's still in the power position, he's become more of an over-the-top comic book heel lately, where he looks like more of an obvious hypocrite, right?
Well, see, I have a take on that. Like to me, what he's doing right now and how he's kind of become so much more animated and all over the place, and he's erratic because his empire is, Cope was knocking on the door.
Right.
Like he knows time's running out. He knows he can't keep running.
And he only won because he got lucky.
Yeah, and I mean, at
Because
the
Christian ran in.
towards the end of any kind of fascistic, blah, authoritarian type like rule, when that starts kind of eroding in on itself, I mean, it turns into just paranoia, because they know that the only ending is defeat.
Right.
There's nothing, there's no way out. It's why Hitler shot himself in the bunker.
Right.
It's he knows he's running out of places to hide. Now we might be getting an ally, maybe Dax Harwood.
Well, and FTR, I don't think there's no fucking way they split FTR. So
No.
I think this past week, so like to set it up, Cope loses that match after just a shitload of interference, blah, blah, blah. FTR, he reaches up for Dax to help him up. Dax is like, fuck you, no. He walks away. And Cash is like, what are you doing to Dax? And Dax pushes him away. And they're kind of teasing a breakup, but come on. There's no fucking way they're breaking up FTR. The big thing is going to be when Cash is revealed to have changed his mind and they both turn on Cope, and I've always said the way that they've set this up with FTR is like every time you see FTR cut a promo after they get beat up by the Death Riders, they go, guys, we agree with you. They always say that.
Yeah.
And so I think there's always been some foreshadowing that this could happen, but they need something like that. They need a big story beat to happen. And
I put that out on the internet a few weeks ago, like asking for some of that FTR heel turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
I'm down with it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought it would happen at Revolution, that somebody would turn. Jay or FTR or whatever. Jay couldn't make the show this week. I'm sure he would have been involved in the match if he had. But I think, I don't think the story is like terrible. I just think it hasn't been as good as I wanted it to be and as it looked like it could be.
It feels like background.
That's what I think I was getting to, and I think this is what I say this so much on this show, I think we've gotten to like maybe the way we go about social media now and how we're so connected to everything that's going on, and we do have like some stories that are super cinematic and but like wrestling has always kind of been the way they're going now, like not every week is going to be some like deep part of the story, because again, we're only getting like, unless it's a match, you're getting like 10 minutes, 3-minute interview, 60-second interview spot where they're having promo time or whatever. And like sometimes that's just not the main focus of that week's episode, And I feel like WWE more so now is like, no, every week it's going to be another deep layer to the story and all this kind of stuff, and we're going to do a Roman Reigns in the football field or whatever. And AEW is more of just like, this is just how we're just doing how pro wrestling used to be done, and focusing on, yes, telling stories, but the main focus is still the matches, it's still.
Yeah. I think sometimes, it's obviously a very unfair situation, right? Where it's like, as a promoter, you have to be good at predicting how people will react to stuff. And that is like the magic of being a promoter, right? Is like knowing how. And when that Wrestle Dream finish happened, it felt like, oh shit, we are like on the brink of something huge here,
Right.
And for that to change to just being kind of what wrestling's always been feels like a letdown, right? And I think where I started to like worry about the storyline a little bit was like the way the story didn't advance at the pay-per-views. Like at Full Gear, didn't really have a big climatic thing. Yeah, Darby with the car was cool, but like, what's going on with the Bucks? What's going on with, this other stuff that they have shown you as part of the story, right? And so to reset people's expectations, and some people are going to be let down because their hopes got sky high, And I was one of those people. I'm a nerd about this shit. I follow it super tight.
Oh, you know how excited I was when this all started. You know, like those first few weeks, I thought were some of the best like pro wrestling, like vignettes I've ever seen. Like that first vignette that they showed where it's like Danielson getting taken through the back while the Death Riders are walking back out to the parking lot, and Moxley, let alone moves the wheels, and then they had the one in the back of the truck that was amazing. And
I'm kind of glad they got rid of that one though, because I kept thinking it was a truck commercial every single time. When they're driving the desert, I'm like, they're selling a truck, and I was like, oh wait,
rock.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Stand and arrow straight.
So they had shut up, Blade.
Sorry about that.
But that was where I was starting to get really into like the story they were telling of it, because that's when he was kind of going off about like he was basically just like quoting old dictators and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was, maybe the landscape turning that way in real life. Maybe they're turning it down a little bit, the rhetoric, but yeah, it feels like how you guys were saying, a little bit that original message is, would you say lost now? Like they're like, I think that's where I'm at, is I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know really, other than him not losing the belt, is there much like more to the story?
Right.
Or are we at now, it's just getting to whoever beats Mox?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I personally, I feel like it might be time for a belt change. And I feel like that could be interesting too, because it's just like, why are we following you? You're supposed to be the guy and you can't even hold on to the belt. Like that could be an interesting story.
Well,
but I mean, I don't know. How do y'all feel?
I think that a lot of people want the belt to change hands, like especially now that the opponent is Swerve. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he should lose it yet.
I don't think Swerve's going to win the belt. I do think this is the way they reconnect Swerve and Hangman. And there's going to be it's going to be different, because now Hangman has humbled Swerve the way Swerve humbled Hangman. He burned his house down. He took the grill out of his mouth. He beat him in that cage match. He out-swerved Swerve, right? So both characters have been humbled. Now they might need each other. You know what I mean? So I think this whole thing is a way to set that up.
Right. Well, if Swerve loses the belt to Mox, I think Hangman will play a part in that, because he said he's going to keep his promise that Swerve will never get the belt again.
Right. And that could
and he's a man of his word.
He said he's nothing if not a man of his word, right? And so like that could go a lot of ways. Like, does Hangman try to help take the belt off Moxley and accidentally cost Swerve? Does he try to fuck over Swerve and he accidentally helps him? Like who knows, right?
Yeah.
But they could become the awkward buddy cop tag team. And
I hope so.
That'd be fun.
Swerve has unfinished business with the Hurt Syndicate. MJF looks like he's about to join the Hurt Syndicate. Hangman has unfinished business with MJF, and the Hurt Syndicate have the tag titles. So you tell me. I think there's something there.
Okay.
But I also,
well, what if FTR joins the Death Riders,
right,
and they take the belts?
And where are the Bucks And
They're in
where,
Japan trying to hang
They'll
out with
come
Sabrina
back.
Carpenter.
To take them off of FTR.
where is Jack Perry, who I thought was going to join the Death Riders?
I don't know, but he should come back. I love him.
Yes. Yes.
I really love him.
Yeah.
I bet his hair smells like
Conspiracy theory, I think he and Anna Jay might have gone to like to take vacation, maybe get married or something, because she's gone too.
Yeah. Yeah. She had that match with Mercedes, and then she's been gone. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if FTR does join the Death Riders, what do you think happens next? Either of you. I don't care. Someone answer.
That was Blade's idea. So what do you think happens, Blade?
Well, I think that's where the story starts.
I mean, I think it's going to happen, but I want to hear what you think.
I kind of feel like they want Moxley to take the belt into All In. Okay. And I think that's
what I think. And that's why I think that's what I was trying to get to earlier. Is like, I feel like sometimes in pro wrestling, like you do just kind of got to kill a little bit of time to get to where you need to get.
Yes, but you don't want to feel like things are stalling. And I think that's the problem with the Death Riders thing is it feels like sometimes like they're stalling between major storyline developments. And like, it feels like they're stalling till the Bucks come back. It feels like they're stalling, because they know if the Bucks come back, everybody's going to want to immediately put those two things together. They can't like pussyfoot around that. I've heard people say like, maybe the Bucks come back as baby faces. Like, fuck that. Absolutely not. They were the spineless cowards, and they can't just be baby faces now. They mauled their best friend. Like, so what happens if FTR joins the Death Riders?
Yeah, like where do you see the story going?
They need to start stacking more people joining the Death Riders in order for the Death Riders to feel more significant.
Well, that's what I thought was initially going to happen. Like, I thought this
that's
was
what I thought too.
Going to be like them collecting new members throughout the weeks.
Right.
And maybe that's a big reason why it feels like it hasn't done much is there hasn't been any kind, because, with NWO, it was always new people popping in.
Right.
And with the Bloodline, too, a big way that they did those schmoz finishes was it was just another fucking NOI debuting,
Yeah. Right.
And with the Death Riders, there's other than, Yuta, there really hasn't been any like new recruits really.
Right.
It's just.
And Yuta was technically always in it. He just like had to become all in it, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And so they obviously have a character direction they want to go for Yuta. Pac and Claudio they're there. Right. And they're doing a great job. They're there. Marina, she's there. But there's no like big development happening with these people.
Why haven't we got Marina versus Willow yet?
Why
hasn't that happened yet?
My God, I want that match bad.
Yeah, why is Marina not wrestling? Like that's something that's been bugging me a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like her I like that she's the enforcer kind of. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like that they didn't just go, okay, Claudio's number 2.
Give her a squash match or something.
Marina's
Come on.
number 2. Girl power. Fucking here for this.
That like Marina.
Why isn't she wrestling?
But she's almost more important than being a wrestler right now. Is kind of like where I see it is like she's in the main event angle, right? The thing the whole company is revolving around. She is like a major player in that, and she's kind of like she's beating the shit out of Jay White.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Brett just smiled massively when I said that. Like, yeah, she is. But like,
it's fun.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it.
I love seeing girls beat up boys.
But I don't know that she's going to wrestle very much until after this angle. And then she's like way more legit when she does.
Who do you think her first feud should be?
Willow.
Mm-hmm. That's got to be Willow.
After Willow.
You thinking Megan Bain?
Fuck yeah. I would take that shit. Or Stat. I mean, Tony. I mean, it could go a million different ways, Thunder Rosa.
I love Thunder.
I love Thunder.
Fucking love Thunder, man.
Book her better. Book Thunder better.
Just have her on the goddamn show as much as possible.
Book Thunder better.
In the same way that Darby
put her on a shirt.
Like kids dress up as Darby or OC, like little girls. Like if you put Thunder Rosa on the TV enough,
Blade will come dressed as Thunder
I will
Rosa
dress up as Thunder Rosa. Yeah. Hot pants and all. But
like two Christmas hams fighting to get out of a gunny sack.
And that's how you get Hikaru Shida. There you go.
there,
What was that? What did you just do, Blade?
Tino, thank you. That's,
Why did you
that's how I do it.
Were you doing the rock thing with the goosebumps?
No, we're coming up.
Oh, we're out of time.
Oh,
I was trying to
Oh.
delicately tell you that we're running out of time.
How much time do we have left?
Like 2 minutes.
Oh,
okay.
go to my shows page, the hardway _pod or pegme_Bundy on all your social platforms. Tino, where can people find you if they want to?
You can find me at Tino Ibarra and all the things, TinoYbarra. Check out my band, Pancho Via Skull, on Instagram for shows. So we're not doing too many shows right now because my wife is pregnant. I'm about to have a baby. So,
Shit!
but yeah, check our music on wherever you stream your music right now. So Pancho Via Skull, if you want to hear angry acoustic punk rock and Spanish, come to a show or hear me yell about Trump being a fascist, all that stuff.
Fuck yeah, no ice, bitch.
Exactly, abolish ICE.
Yeah, abolish ICE for sure.
Goddamn right. Blade has a show too.
Back away from the goddamn microphone. All right.
Blade has a show too. You can find it. Bye. See
Hey.
you next week.
Sit down, shut up, Mark out.
Bye.
Bye.